Okay, so right now, if I expand out, oh, I can, I do. I open my sprite editor right here, and it's done automatic for me. I actually have my separate sprites, but I'm going to go by cell size. So I go up to slice. And instead of automatic, I'll go by cell size. 32, 32. And then click slice.
How did you open that way? Opening leaves?
So you just select your assets down here, and then we have in your import settings, open sprite editor.
And then we put 32 in the.
Yep, so up in slice, change to grid by cell size instead of automatic.
No.
Yeah, as long as you drew in a 32 pixel square, yeah.
And then slice it.
Slice.
That's it.
After that, there is an apply button.
Sorry, we go back to yeah.
What should I get this from?
Let me see yours.
And once we have our slices, apply, oh. Click slice, there we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 different slices. You can see it's got its automatic name. Banjo 0, 1, 2, 3. So the 2 for the idle, the 2 for the move. Next, we want to create our animations. So to create an animation in Unity, we just need to select more than one frame, which is why I set a minimum of 2 frames for each animation. If I roll out Banjo, if I just pick one frame, it's not going to be an animation. It's just going to be a static image. So what I want to do is select the first 2. And if you've created a longer animation, say 6 or 8 frames, select the 8. That is your idle, your default idle. And just drag them into the hierarchy. They'll automatically create an animation clip and an animation controller, animator controller. Just grab 2 or more frames. When I select both of these and drag them in, automatically it's going to create an animation. I'm going to make a folder for this in assets. Called animation. And this new animation, I will call it idle or default.
Sorry, I can't like do that.
Roll out
Yeah, because mine is like, what do you say?
all in one. So on your import settings, is it set to multiple or single?
Multiple.
Okay. And you've done the sprite editor thing already.
Yeah. No, I need. Mine doesn't look like yours. It looks like you.
I'm zooming in. Control mouse wheel, roll mouse wheel. Lots. Yeah, select all of them with your eye. Okay, so now we have our character is in the world. If I press play, he will play his animation because we created animation. There he goes. For walk, same process. We're going to select the frames for your walk animation, drag them into the scene, and save them as the animation walk. For me, it's the last two. Banjo 1, Banjo 2. This will be my walk. Drag it into my scene. I'm going to put it in my animation folder. Walk. And now we've got two avatars, you could say. Press play, you'll see both of them playing. So we don't need both of these. We only need one to be our player character. So I'm going to delete this new one. And it doesn't matter if I delete it, the animation is still saved in my animation folder. Just delete the extra. Because we only have one character object that has the animator component. So it can swap between idle animation and walking animation. So idle when he's not moving, walk when he is moving. Next, the animation controller, this interesting looking window right here. So another bit of cleanup, we're going to have two controllers because we created two animation clips and it automatically creates them. So in my animation folder, you can see there's our animations, idle and walk, and then these are the controllers. Got 0 and 2. I just want to keep this first one. Delete extra. X3. All right. Well, just delete this one. The extra one you have. So one controller, two animations is what you should have. Then we just double click on the controller and it opens up our animator. See, there's our idle. And we want to add our other animation in here, the walk. Simply just drag it into the window. Walk. You can see we have controls for the animations, the speed of it. We need to set idle as the default state. I think it already has that set up for us. Right click, make default state. It's grayed out because it already is the default state. But you can set any other animation to be the default just by right clicking. Then as default, I want the idle to be the default. Like so. So what we also need to control this via scripting is a parameter. So here cat state is a parameter, an int parameter. And I don't know what this controller is for, but it's checking if that value equals 3, then play a jump animation. For us, we just need a true or false. Is the character moving or is it not moving? So we can use, what is a true or false variable? 0, 1, yeah. What type? What type? Bool. Yes, bool. We need ourselves a bool to control when the animations switch. So in the parameters in the animator window, we're going to click the plus and add a new bool named isMoving. So parameters are up here at the top. It's by default layers, parameters right up here. I'm going to click this little plus and select bool. spool is moving. And then the logic of it is pretty simple. If we're moving, play the walking animation. If we're not, back to idle. In order to set that trigger up, we need to make transitions and use the bool as the condition, the if statement condition. If this is true, then this happens. To make any transition, you just right click on any one of them and you have make transition. I'm going to transition from idle to walk. I'm going to connect those together. So right click, make transition, then connect. And to set the conditions of it, we need to select the actual transition wire, rope, arrow. Here you can see transition from one to the other. We're going to disable has exit time, stop it transitioning to itself. And you see it needs a condition or an exit time to be valid, otherwise it'll be ignored. We're going to add a condition. The only condition we have is moving. True or false? True. So idle to walk, is moving, is true.
How do you get to the screen again?
The animator.
Yes.
So, do you have a controller?
Yes.
Just double click on that
Okay.
and it should open it up. But you can also find it in Window, Animator, if you ever lose it. And then if you don't have all your animations in, for example.
No, just like the on the inspector tab.
Ah! Yes. Sorry. I'll make my transition
I
again.
got to that point. I did the transition. But
Yeah.
Just
have-
the last step that was.
Select the actual connection.
Ah, okay. That's it.
Yeah. And then we can say no exit time. Is moving is true.
Okay.
Then there's other settings like how long it takes, but
Okay. No, good. That's it.
Yep.
Thanks.
no problem. Same thing the other way, going from walk to idle, is moving is false. So again, right click on walk, make transition, back to idle. And then again, yeah, we have to select the wire itself, the actual arrow. No exit time, condition is moving is false. We're not moving, we're idle, standing still. And this is walk to idle.
Yeah. Your battery. Which one is yours?
I walk just on. Oh, thank you.
Okay, parameters, animator, set. A script. So we need a C# script to control our player controller. We've already made some movement scripts. You recognize all this. The only new stuff is we're adding an animator reference. In start, we get that component, and this is just so we can access the animation controller. Using our input manager here for movement X and movement Y, horizontal, vertical. So we already use vertical for Pong. Horizontal is just similar. We're checking, is the player moving? So that's the vector, is the vector magnitude greater than 0, meaning has it changed? And if it is, change the value to the true or false of this is moving. So I'm not going to make you write the script. We can just copy and paste that whole thing. Today's about design. So in Unity, we need to make a new script. So I'm going to create the C# script called player controller. And you can just copy this script here. So this script also tells us what we need to put on our character. It already has the animator because we created our avatar by creating animations. It just needs a rigid body 2D to function. Back in Unity, I'll rename him to Banjo player. I'm going to add to my character avatar. I'm going to add a rigid body 2D and a collider. Rigid body 2D. Oh, maybe a capsule 2D, I think. Stop it getting stuck on corners. So rigid body 2D, box collider 2D would be fine, or capsule collider 2D. We have the animator. We're going to add the player controller script that we just created. Our gravity settings, no gravity because it's top down. We don't want them falling to the bottom of the screen. And then freeze the rotation. Yeah, animator's already created, already there. It has the controller loaded in. You can see it. Zero gravity. And freeze rotation.
I spend maybe 20 minutes with the freezing rotation. My brother works. When you hit the wall, it starts to.
It just turns. Collider. I always go capsule collider. And you can resize as needed. I've just changed my size a little bit smaller to fit my cowboy. And then finally, I'll just add the script. So once you have rigid body, some kind of collider, and the script, you should be able to press play and test your animations should change based on whether you're moving or not. So we're measuring magnitude, measuring the change in difference from 0 to 1.
You have to put the
So everything should be linking together because it's looking for the animator, like it does a get component on the player object. We've already set up the animator to read this bool is moving, and then we're applying our own little bool that'll be true if our magnitude is greater than 0 and false if it's not. Headphones.
Começar a usar aqui os membros para conversar mais com vocês, para poder dar mais sugestões. Então, a sensação de comunidade está mais próxima aqui. Os conseguem ter esse acesso. Os meus sérios conseguem ter acesso aos vídeos dedicados, beleza? Então, você consegue.
There we go. All right, so let's test.
Are we gonna make a script to stop the idle animation as well, or while we move it?
To stop the idle.
I mean,
Oh no, I have to switch the input manager. Oh,
stop moving.
it's not moving. Okay, save my scene.
My language.
Are you getting this very error?
Yes.
Yep. You know why. You know why?
No.
Both. Gotta use both again, and every single time I make a new project, I forget.
Minus 1 6.
Please. Take it so fast.
The animation speed you can control in the controller. Input, player, active input handling. I will change from new to both, and it will reset. How are we doing?
What was it?
Active input handling, it's in the player.
Tem que fazer aquilo lá primeiro.
It's down.
You have to get on the that's one that I did. Didn't have any good meaning. I
My
actually need to work like
it's true, right?
what?
Yeah.
That's that. That's the hour. It's great. No.
Here,
No.
fine.
Yeah.
How great is the hour here? Later.
That's one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Active input handling.
You're right.
Porque aí não tinha um controlador nativo, as pessoas usaram. Porém, passar de free, eles usaram como modo de controlar, controle, animação, tudo. Aí o que acontece? Os jogos que foram feitos antigamente não estavam rodando mais, então colocaram as opções de boa, ele consegue ler tanto as novas versões quanto as antigas.
How to slow the animation speed? It's like too fast.
In the animation control.
They should give this as a default.
Yes.
I know,
On both.
both. Then we can enjoy the new. They're really pushing it, and it's not ready. It doesn't work properly. Anyway, now my animation will be playing very fast. What is changing? You can see it moving. And then the speed we handle in the animation controller. Double click, and you can see there's idle, and we have a speed value right here. I think maybe 0.2, maybe even 0.1.
Yeah, that makes sense, I think.
A lot slower. And now with those settings, 0.1, 0.1 on the speed. And this is when you select the actual animation, not the line. Maybe too slow.
No jogo, além disso daí, eu tive que ter uma animação para esquerda, ele vai virar para esquerda, eu tenho de direita, quando eu virar para direita, para cima, para baixo, uma.
Esse aqui é o
I think 0.2 is okay. Let's try 0.3. Oh, that feels a little bit more. Yeah. Try 0.4. Oh, I quite like that.
0.5, please.
Yeah, 0.4. I'm gonna go with 0.4.
0.5 is too fast.
Esse tem um 12, eu tenho 12.
Aqui eu não vi tudo isso também. Virar, então, vai. Eu vi que você vai, então, mesmo assim.
Vou dar script, né?
O monitor faz isso. Perfeição.
There we go. That was good. Okay, is it working just fine? No?
change in the game. They want the same design.
Sorry.
It's like, yeah. And that's not gonna work because of the base. But before we do that, I think we can fix the quality issue. You go back to the project. Go to your. The pixels per unit you didn't change, so it might be scaling up. Would we change our filter mode? Point no filter. Then click apply.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Um,
And how's that look in the game? It looks fine.
I think maybe I should do it again. That's in the
Well, we will turn that on. Let's fix this thing first. So edit project settings. Let's search for the word input.
Which word?
INPT. Yeah, and we're in player, it's down. It should be highlighted. Yeah, there we go. That's the one. Old. That's gonna close and reopen, and now we should be able to press play. Yeah. The only other thing is that the pixels per unit is at 100, and maybe that's why it's so acting so small. Whew. Next script, camera follow. A script just to follow your character. With the camera, you just apply the script to the camera. The target is the player. There is a new function. I'm using lerp here. That's the only new bit in this script. A linear interpolation. Basically, it smoothly moves between one position and the next. It's going to smoothly move between transform position, which is where the camera is, and the target position, where the player is. And we apply a dampening value to make it lag or be sharp. So, new script, cam follow X.
Down, up, right. Giving me error.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a minute. I'll create C#.
I see. Your comments to follow.
So you put up this looking stuff.
Oh, it's graphics.
Oh, the script is giving you an error.
No, it's in the number. It was in the number.
What's the error?
I fixed it.
Layer scripts.
So for the pessoa da
No, no. X.
We go back to the.
Isso é inveja. Já pega o sofá.
Right.
Deixa eu ver. Faz um perfeitinho.
What script?
Mas é muito mais.
Que minha mãe colocou tudo junto. Se der um negócio, eu te amo.
Já que a mãe assim, não, ela fala que meu celular não tá feito aqui. Você foi me encontrar comigo?
Yeah, actually,
Em São Paulo.
You have an error?
yeah, let me see.
Okay. Hey, this is another copy and paste script scenario. We're using late update, which as I mentioned way back, we use for cameras. So that's what I'm using it here for. Pretty short script. So I'm just going to copy that into new script I just created. Can't follow X.
Yeah, it's usually a common like it features that follow.
Oh, there sure is. Ah ha ha. That's PowerPoint's fault.
Yeah, it's places.
I should have done something better. Yeah, so the problem with script formatting. I should have done that.
Okay.
That would have been much safer. Go any line. Any line. Hey, and then this script, just put it on your camera, tell it what to point at. There's my camera. I'll add cam follow X. Then my target is the player, which is banjo player.
We have to modify the code because it's.
Yeah. The issue is when I put it into PowerPoint, it puts this part onto one extra line, which makes an error. I can modify that before. Now the camera is following the player, hard to tell without other objects around. We add a few more sprites. It becomes a lot clearer that he is actually moving through this world. We can change our damping to how much or how little dampening we want. At 1, pretty much locked onto. At 5, there's no lag at all. So higher value means you'll be closer to the player. And a lower value, if I go all the way down to, let's say, 0.2 instead of 5, and it's going to take quite a while to catch up to him. I could probably get off the screen completely before my camera catches up. And we're still not done. There's more. There's more. Because while triangles are fine to represent the world, it's better to actually use some quick assets, some ready-made assets. Which leads us to tile sets. One of the fastest ways to prototype 2D games is with tile sets and tile maps. You can find some from old games for free, and from Piskel itself, they offer a community-created ones. And on Moodle, I've included two from Piskel, Colony and Dungeon Sheet. And what it is a bunch of tiles that you can then paint and put down. So in the first version of Unity, the early version of Unity, you literally had to take each and every piece, duplicate, and move into place. Tile maps change everything about that. So yeah, let's create a tile map. In our hierarchy, right-click, select 2D object, tile map, rectangular. Right-click, 2D object, tile map, rectangular.
I want this for one from Piskel, like, should I do the same thing as the character? I want this for this one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's just here.
Yeah. I do a single frame because it's all in one.
O que ele mandou, não. Deixa eu ver aqui.
Tile map rectangular.
Porque ele fez a.
Creates our grid, our tile map. Next, we need to create our tile palette, and that's going to take in our tile sprites. So window, 2D, tile palette.
Manda aí, então, pro.
Window, 2D, tile palette.
Tem aqui o Márcio mandou.
I'm saying drag tile, sprite, texture, sprite type assets in here to create a new one. I've downloaded both of these, Dungeon Sheet and Colony. I'm just going to import these into Unity. I'll close out the moment. Into sprites, assets, import new asset.
Tem tudo. Pode usar alguns aqui para.
For pixels per unit, I'm going to wait until I've imported it and I'll see how it looks. It's usually 32 or 48 or 64, depending on the resolution it's being rendered at. that'll fit. I am going to change filter mode to point no filter. I just want to clear. And then back to my tile map, 2D, tile palette, I mean, sorry. Tile palette.
Also, any kind of which I have to upload one inspect and one.
What I can do is just drag, I can make that bigger. Just drag one of your sprites, tile map sets, into the window. I'll call this tiles colony. Or just in the sprites, yeah. And now we have a whole bunch of tiles. We can select which one we want and we can paint it into the squares. So there's a blank tile. I can just paint piece by piece to fit it in there. Does the scale look correct?
Yeah, the tiles has to connect them.
Mm.
Let's change the grid, make it smaller.
No.
No. No? No. No, I mean, for example, the blue one, the square blue one.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah.
So if you crop in like 9 pieces, you can do like bigger using corners and middle one.
Check this out. What if you didn't have to do something so complicated and then we thought pixels per unit? That's a unit. If we know if it's 32 pixels per unit, if this is a 32-bit texture, it'll fit perfectly. If it's 48, it'll fit perfectly if I select 48. So, go back, select colony again, our import settings. And I could nest this somewhere. No, I'll leave it here. Let's try 32. This is on colony. 32. Apply. Oh, too big. So that means it's either 48 or 64. Because 32, it's not containing it. Let's try 48.
It's 40.
Perfect. Hey, don't steal my thunder. My God. Now we've got some pretty perfect tile sets. Nearly perfect. But the squares fit perfectly. And there is issues with overlapping. But then buildings I probably wouldn't put on this layer. Oh, he's gone. We've killed our character.
doesn't let me drag the
What type of file is it? PNG?
yeah. That's the one that they do that.
Oh. Very interesting. I'm gonna have the upload by branching here. Create a new tab. No, it's the Windows thing. I don't. New tab right down there. Yep.
Teacher,
Pick a folder. You can make it your folder for it.
we know the.
Ah, drag file, right, yeah. No, now. Oh.
E aparece isso.
Anything different about mine? Yeah, because I've got this arrow here, which means it's reading as a.
Yeah, he wants me to like change it, his sprite mode to multiple.
Yeah.
If I change to single, you don't have that.
And what happens if you click the arrow? There. We get to one. Can we drag it in? Is it gonna be separate pieces or is it gonna be all one thing? Yeah, it's only one thing, but it should be multiple. Yeah. Yeah, it should be multiple. Let's go to sprite editor. Close to the tower. Say yes, line. And let's go to slice automatic. Yeah. Slice. It's not making a lost effort, it's putting it up. Yeah, let's apply that. Oh yeah, we click that rollout, we should more. Yeah, okay, that looks better. Okay, that should work with that palette.
Became a target.
Yep, the player. So, follow it.
Okay.
It's the gravity.
Tem que ir mais curtinho. Essa informação não pode falar.
No worries. So generally the way I'd work with tile maps is I'd have a decorative layer where you just walk across it. So this stuff here. No colliders. So the character can just walk over. Although you can also see my character is behind the world. This is a very simple fix.
Essa
Minus
fixa.
one. That's minus one.
You got it. So yeah, sprite rendering. I can change the tile maps order in layer to be less than the default value. So yeah, -1 for all of these objects. And now you can see he's in front. If I change that to 0, they're on the same layer and they just decided tile map is more. So -1 for those elements. and these have no collider. I can walk across them. It definitely feels different when you've got a world to walk across. And then anything I want to collide, I'd make a separate tile map.
It's okay.
So I'd make a separate tile map and then I'd add colliders to this. Happily, we don't have to add an individual box collider for each building. There is a tile map collider. Tile map collider 2D. So yeah, I have a decorative layer you don't walk on. I have a collider layer you do. Add the tile map collider. God, that didn't work. They're all in the same layer. There we go. Yep.
How do you bring the layer?
Yep. So I just changed the order in layer, sprite order, to be -1. And then the player is at 0 or higher. Change the order of the sprites. So I bring that lower, or if I put that at 0, you see he's behind. I change that value to go up a little bit, or down. We're putting it behind, and now he's on top. He's colliding with those buildings and those buildings only. So this is a separate tile map that has colliders on it. With this, tile map collider automatically does it for you. Tile map collider 2D. What's going on with the player? We see this going 63 minutes. I was thinking. Trying 32. And then he has this filter mode, change that to paint no filter. Like, fuck. This colors are weird, so for the format, I'm going to change the format. Or do you think? Try to tell. I see your Oh, that works well. What about going the other way?
Other way, I need another frame.
He needs to flip, yeah.
Yeah. But when I have another like frame, I need to like when I hit the B or the
Yeah.
plus X, it needs to flip.
Yeah. So you
So I need more.
more parameters. You need another rule to check if moving X on the positive, if moving X on the negative.
Yeah.
I just want to be as simple as possible in place. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're on the top down game, you'd also have walking down diagonals, like all of those would be considered. Then, yeah, animation, teleporting animation, talking to someone, interacting with that. You know, not hitting, don't.
Eu acho que eu posso falar.
But it looks good, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to this side.
Então, qual que é o jogo? Você pode
The space background.
Tá, o 2 de qual, querido?
Ele vai usar esse aqui, ó, tá aberto, que é o. Não sei. Tá aí?
Yeah, it looks like we got a boot.
Yeah.
We got time? God. Have a good lunch. Thank you.
Às vezes.
So it all go well?
Yeah.
Is he smoking?
Yeah.
Você não recebeu e-mail não para gente ficar no segundo áudio, melhorando o nosso projeto?
All right, thank you very much. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Bank holiday Monday.
Oh,
Okay.
Saint Bridget. I love her so much.
Não, ainda não.
Aí eu subi.
Eu recebi e-mail. Aí eu não vi a pessoa.
Yeah, light.
E eu não ouvi.
Estoy no la
Deberíamos una semana con White Trust.
Espero que o Gabriel.
Mas isso, tudo bem.
Caio sempre vem.
Os dois da play.
Oh. Oh, sluggish. Oh, we're so slow.
Share this to me.
Come on. Nice. Is that using the audio manager or for audio? Excellent stuff. Hey, good luck. Have a good break.
Quinta-feira, a página primeira.